Welcome to Cronkite Sports Now on Facebook Live. I'm Kaci Demarest. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, you may or may not be surprised to hear that for the first time since April 10th, 2013, 3 Valley sports teams pulled off wins on the same night. For players and fans alike, opening day signals the same thing. Baseball is officially back at Chase Field. Gillum led her team to the 6A state final in her first season back on the Xavier sideline. The team finished the regular season undefeated at home. Big news coming out of a Michigan courtroom this morning. Former USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar found guilty on 7 counts of criminal sexual misconduct. It's officially National Signing Day for high school students from around the country. Arizona State's already picked up a few recruits of their own this morning. Let's start out here with 3-star running back Isaiah Floyd coming out of Pleasanton, California. The Sun Devils also added to their offensive line. They managed to pick up Casey Tucker out of Stanford. Now, he's a local product coming home to finish his career with the Sun Devils. The Kansas City Royals will be splitting up today. Half the squad will stay back to host the Arizona Diamondbacks, while the other half will travel to Camelback Ranch to play the Los Angeles Dodgers. Stanford, Colorado, Cal, USC, and Oregon are currently the 5 Pac-12 schools that have women's lacrosse programs. These teams currently play in the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation. When Arizona State officially introduces its program next season, it'll mean there's 6 Pac-12 schools that have women's lacrosse teams, and that means Pac-12 can sponsor a conference championship. Last season, Chris Owings played some of the best baseball of his career, posting career highs in almost every category. However, a common theme in his career has been injuries. During this offseason, he took steps to make sure those were minimal this season. With advances in the medical industry, an alternative surgery that Royals pitcher Seth Maness had in 2016 could change the landscape for dealing with UCL repairs.
I needed surgery, but they gave me the option of having Tommy John, but there was also the chance that they could do the primary repair, but it was going to be a game time decision when they opened me up under the knife. And I really didn't know, but I told them that if they could, I'd like to be back on the field sooner.
The average return for Tommy John surgery is anywhere from a year upwards of 2, depending on the player. Meanwhile, primary repair surgery has the potential to return pitchers like Maness to the mound in just a fraction of the time.
I think it was around 6 to 8 months was what they'd said, and I just knew Tommy John was 12 months, a year plus.
Arizona State Wrestling will send 5 wrestlers to the NCAA tournament in St. Louis. Anthony Valencia, Tanner Hall, Josh Shields, Josh Maruka, and Zahid Valencia will represent ASU at Nationals.
Anytime you get 5 wrestlers to the NCAA tournament, you want more, but what you do know is that the 5 that you have that are going are impact guys that can get on the podium, get on top of the podium.
All 5 wrestlers representing ASU at Nationals come out of the school's #1 ranked recruiting class from 2015. Head coach Zeke Jones calls this group the first believers because they came to the university on the promise of building the program. After spending the past year traveling for tournaments, Chandler native Hannah O'Sullivan returns to the Valley to play in front of her family and friends in the LPGA Founders Cup in Phoenix this week.
So that way, once we get the center row down, we can run a crew on one side and the other to get the install done quicker. The floor is built in Michigan. It takes about a week and a half to probably fabricate the floor. Then it was shipped to Idaho, assembled there, and then they sand it and then put all the graphics on the floor. That's about usually a week and a half, 2-week process. Get all the graphics done. And then the floor is pulled apart, let it cured, then loaded on a truck and shipped to here.